All right, we're doing the how-to sewing instructions for the Minimalist Wallet. And to start, you should have 4 pieces, 2 of part A and 2 of part B. You could also do a modification where maybe you have 2 of A, just 1 of B, makes it a little bit thinner, but then you only have 2 pockets. If you do 2 of A and 2 of B, you end up with 3 pockets, which is what I typically do. Now there are drawings for this that you could cut out and hand punch, print at 1:1 scale, but also what I've done is I've taken the PDF or the DXF and sent it out to have a click cutter made. Basically it's like a Japanese knife blade with punches, and you put the leather down on this punch, and then you'll have like a press that will cut the leather, and you pull that out. And you could do that for each of these files like this. That's how these pieces were made. Once we have our thread, we want to measure how much we're going to need. If we consider this the top, I usually do a decorative stitch across the top and then a through all stitch on here. And so the way you would measure it is you want 1 pass here, 1 pass there, 1 there, 1 there, then back to here. And then you want to double that because we're doing basically alternating rows of stitches. So you double that, and then I usually double it again just to give myself enough for the Z height and then also some to tie it off and cut it. So get about that much. Okay, we're using a single thread. We're not doubling the thread, but the technique to do that is to put one end through the eye, like so. And you take the needle and you pierce roughly halfway through the thread here. Give yourself maybe an inch or more. Pull that down, then tighten it up. All right, now you have a single-ended thread, and that's what we're going to use for this. All right, stack up your pieces the way that you like them, usually making sure that the best leather is on the upper side for these larger pieces. You don't have to clip them, but I just find it makes it easier to get this first pass going. All right, the first stitch you're going to do, you're going to start here at the top, but you're going to come from the inside, from the middle of this, because you want the ends of our threads to be hidden on the inside. So your first stitch is going to be here. Pull this all the way through. We're going to leave a little bit of a tail. We're going to leave about this much in order to tie this off at the end. And we're going to stitch. We're going to stitch all the way through here to this piece, and that'll be our first step. All right, I'm going to include a little diagram to show this, but on the diagram, this will be stitch number 1, and then 2, and then 3. So that's what we're going to do right now. You want to go through both thicknesses of leather here. And this obviously gets shorter as you go. Make sure you don't pull it too tight, so you want to maintain that tail. And just keep working your way back and forth, like so. Alright, this first pass is going to be a little tricky because all the holes need to line up. But once you have that first one lined up, it'll get a little bit easier. Now we're going through all 4 stacks of leather, the full stack up. And if the hole's punched correctly, it shouldn't take any force to get that needle through there. Alright, okay, now we're at all 4. It's all 4 thicknesses of leather. Okay, now you notice that there's a gap here. We're skipping a stitch, so we're going front, back. Eventually we're going to do all of these around and then come back, and then this will be like a solid stitch. We'll get both the front and the back, every stitch on both sides. Alright, we've done the first 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. The 4th step is we want to do 1 loop here to give this edge some stability, because you're going to be sliding stuff in and out of here. And so what we did is this last stitch comes out here. We're going to go over again, but then come through. We want to come through the middle this time because we want this part to be open. So we come through the middle, pull that through, and we want this to be on top like that. Keeps it nice and tight there. Now in the end we're going to have 2 of these loops on each side, but we're just going to do 1 for now, and then we're going to hit it again when we come back the other way. So the loop was step 4. Now step 5 is we're going to do the stitch across this way, but it's a decorative stitch, so we're just going to be stitching this single layer because it's just decorative. And we start by we were on the inside, start by going inside to out here, and then we just keep continuing across here. That's step 5. Okay, so step 5 was we went all the way across to here, and you can see it's just on this side, not through this, so we have this opening. So step 6 is we're going to come back this way, and the way we do that is we're on the inside. We don't want to catch this thread, but we go through that same hole that thread is in at the very end here, like so. And then we work our way backwards through here. Step 6, coming backwards, and we're going to be hitting these gaps on the outside, and on the inside it'll be on those gaps. Okay, so coming all the way back across here, that was step 6. Now we're going to do step 7, 8, 9, and to start step 7, this last stitch, we were just doing the inside with the 1 layer. We're going to go back through both layers here now, come out, and now we're back to doing all layers. So 7, 8, 9. Alright, so now you've done steps 7, 8, 9. We're going to do step 10. Much like step 4, this is going to be a loop over to get some stabilization, and then we're going to come out through the middle again, because this, again, we're doing a decorative edge, but on this side this time. So we come out through the middle, like so. So we've got our loop there. And the next stitch is going to be from the middle to this edge now, like so. All right, that's step 10. All right, so step 11 is going to be, we're going to come across the front the way we did on the other side. 12 is going to be a loop here. 13 is going to be the reverse stitch coming back this way, and then 14 is going to be the final loop, and then we'll tie it off. All right, step 12, we're on the inside here. We want to come through this edge hole here, do a loop, and then come back to this inside. All right, so again, come out this, loop over, and then back to here, and then you're stitching on the inside again over here. And this will be step 13 when you get to there. 12 is a loop, 13 here. Okay, we're almost done. This is step 13. The last step is we're going to do one more loop here. Step 14 is to do this loop. So we end up with 2 loops here, 2 loops here. Next to the last step is the loop. Okay, so step 14 was to do that loop. And then we want to come to the inside at the end of that loop. And once we're on the inside, we're going to tie off here. Okay, we're going to cut these. Alright, so both these threads are on the inside. So we're going to tie these together. Make sure that knot goes to the inside. Do one more. Alright, we're going to cut these not too short because we want these to be stuck down in there. And just sort of press that in to the seam there. Alright, so there you have it, the Minimalist Wallet. And I will put some written instructions and diagrams and links to the pattern in the comments. Alright, good luck.